So lead code question of the day, and here's we bring a solution for you. Just in case if you're new to the runtime error, I highly recommend you to subscribe the channel so that you can come across daily lead code solutions. So let's take today's question. So today's question says that a backspace string compare. So what does the question says that we have given a two string yes and t, and we need to return true if they are equal when both are typed into empty text editor, right? And most interesting point that is this hash means a backspace. What does it mean is we simply need to remove the character which was previously inserted. So let's take an example. Say for example we are given a two string called as a, b, hash and c, and this is the second string that is a, d, hash and c. And now we have to write this string on empty text editor. So say for example here I am writing this string. So what I have done, I inserted a, then I inserted b, then I come across an hash, and as it is mentioned that hash means a backspace. So what does is that we need to remove the previously inserted element. So I removed b because it acts as a backslash, then I again inserted c. So this is the yes we got after typing it into empty text editor. Then let's see how does the t looks like. Now I got a, so I inserted a, then I got d, I inserted d, then I got a backslash. What does it mean is we need to remove a previous element. So I simply removed a d, then I come across c, then I inserted c. Now I can see that yes and t is equal, therefore what we need to return is we need to return true. So I hope so you understood the meaning of the question. Now if you try to get this second example, so what does the second example looks like? Yes is equal to a, b, then I come across hash, therefore I need to remove the last character, therefore I removed b. Again I came across hash, therefore I removed a, so my s remains an empty, my s will remain empty. Then I come across t, so t will look like c, then I come across hash, therefore I will remove the last element, then I will keep a d, again I come across hash, therefore again I will remove the last element. And now we can see that both the strings are empty and both the strings are equal, therefore again I will return a true. I hope so you understood the meaning of the question. Now let's try to derive the intuition to solve this question. Now before going to derive the solution for our problem, let's take these four inbuilt function. This is basically come across a CPP, and these two functions basically come across in Java. So what does this function say that the pushback and append both are equal. So what does these two functions say that we need to insert a character at. We need to insert character, and this will be inserted at end. This will be inserted at end. Say for example I already have a, b, c and d. Now I want to insert x, and if I use a pushback or if I use append, what will happen is x will be inserted at the end. My x will be inserted at end. I cannot insert x in between any of this character by using the pushback or append. I have to insert this character at the end only. Similarly, what does this pop back and delete character at says that it simply removes the last character. Say for example if I have x, y and z, and if I say pop back or delete character at, then what will happen is simply the last character will get deleted. So I hope so you understood these four inbuilt function. This is specifically in C++ and these two are specifically in Java. Now let's try to derive the solution for our question. Simply what we will do is whenever we come across any of the character, what we will do is we will simply insert the character into my string. And whenever I come across an hash, simply what we will do is we will delete last inserted character, right? Say for example I come across a, since it is a character, therefore I will simply write it a. Then again I come across b, since it is a character, therefore I will write it b. Now I come across hash, then what I need to do is I need to remember this. If I come across hash, I need to remove the previously inserted element, therefore I will simply remove the b from it. Then I come across c, and since it is a character, I will simply insert a c over here. Similarly for t, what will happen? A is character, so therefore I will simply insert a. D is character, therefore I will insert a d. Now I come across then hash, which is this, that once we come across hash, we will delete the last inserted character, that is d, therefore I will simply remove the d from it. Then again I come across the character, therefore I will insert a character in it. Therefore both the s and t are equal, therefore I will simply return true in it. So I hope so you understood the intuition behind it. Now let's try to derive the solution for this. Now say for example I took this function which contains a two string yes and t. Now what will happen is, first of all I'm going to declare the two more strings, that is s1 and s2, because what we need to do is we need to print s and t into empty text editor, right? Because they have already mentioned in the question that we need to print it into empty text editor, this one. So that's the reason why I took the two different variable called as s1 and s2, just to make sure I want to print s and t into empty text editor. Now what I will do is I will first go and traverse the first string, that is from I to n minus 1, that is for s, right? Let me write over here. So this is, we are deriving the first string, that is s1. So what I will do is, here I will check if my s of I is equal to hash, then what I need to do is, we need to remove last character. So simply what we will do is remove last character. Else if, what we need to do is, we need to simply insert or append that character, else append that character. So from this we will get s1, right, which is derived from s. Similarly, we will go and do it for the t as well, right? I will write over here. Again we will go for t, that is go from 0 to n m minus 1, and this one is for t. And what we will do is, again, if my t of I is equal to hash, then what we need to do is remove last character. Else what we need to do is append. In what? In s2, and this is what we need to append in s1. And finally what we'll do is, if s1 is equal to s2, return true, otherwise what we need to return is return false. So I hope so you understood this simplest question. Now let's try to understand a code for C++ and in Java. So this is the CPP code and this is Java code. You can check according to your own convenience. So what we did is, we first declare the two string called as s1 and s2, since we need to type the code in empty text editor. Same thing what I did in Java as well. I used the string builder and declare two string called as s1 and s2. Then I check this for first string, that is yes. Then again check. If it is hash and my string is not empty, simply I can remove the last character. You can check over in Java, I use delete character at this particular index, means I need to remove the last character, right? And if it is not hash, it means it is a character, therefore we simply need to push inside my first string, that is s1. And similarly we did this for t as well. And finally what we did is, if both s1 and s2 are equal, we simply return as true, otherwise it will return false. Same in this in Java as well. This is for s and this is for t, and if both are equal, we simply return true, if not they return false. If you talk about the time complexity, this time complexity is simple, that is in big O of en, and space complexity will be big of 1. So this was the most simplest solution. I hope so you understood this question really well. Just in case if you are new to our channel, I highly recommend you to subscribe the channel so that you can come across daily Leetcode solution.